Hi everyone, welcome to another myvideolawyer.com answering your legal questions for free at noon every single day when my calendar allows for it, California time, PDT. Listen, the most often asked question we get week after week after week is concerning bullying. How can I, as a parent, stop bullying? How can I keep my child safe at school? What can I do? What legal remedies do I have to stop the bullying? The school's not doing anything. Online bullying is not being monitored by parents of bullying. What are my options? What are my remedies? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Hi, everybody. My name is Mitch Jackson. I'm a senior partner at Jackson and Wilson. Before we jump into today's show, let's go over the disclaimer above. I'm a lawyer. I'm a California lawyer, but I'm not your lawyer. So just keep that in mind. I'm not sharing legal advice during this program, but what I am is doing is trying to share good tips that you can take back into your life, work with your lawyer, excuse me, to help solve your legal problem. So if you have a legal question or legal need, contact a qualified lawyer in your city or state for additional answers or for legal assistance. Now, having said that and gotten the legal aspect of things out of the way, welcome to today's show. This is exciting. We're having a really good turnout. A lot of people are watching the recorded event. Sue, thanks for joining us today. It's always great to see you. Sue is just a fantastic individual doing really good things in life with respect to online safety and privacy and security issues and things like that. We met in Denver, so I want to give you a shout out. And you're free to join me on the show if you want to. Just make a request, everyone, using the video camera request below, or you can share your chat questions over on the right side of the screen. Let's talk about the problem of bullying. What can you do as a parent? What can you do as a student, as an individual, to protect yourself, to protect your child from bullying? We have put together a blog post that lays out everything I'm going to talk about in much more detail. It includes links, it includes resources, it includes specific checklist on protecting your child, protecting yourself from bullying. And at the end of the show, I'm going to share the link with you. If you'd like to reach out and ask a question right now, you can do so on Twitter. My Twitter hashtag is right above us. It's @MitchJackson. Use hashtag AskMitchJackson, and we'll pull your Twitter question into the show. I'm open to answering any type of legal questions that you have if I'm able to, or at least get you going in the right direction. So let's talk a little bit about bullying. Let's talk about bullying that's taking place at school, bullying that's taking place out in the workplace where your child's working, something like that, someplace outside of the home. The first thing is the blog post that we shared and the approach with this show today is I don't want to talk about the psychological reasons behind bullying, why some kids bully and why some kids appear to be victims. I'm not going to go into that feely, touchy, cozy stuff. It doesn't matter to me right now. What I want to talk to you about is how you can drop gloves legally and come out swinging and take the bully down. How you can stop bullying from affecting your child's life and your life, and hopefully protect the safety of your child. So the first thing that a lot of parents do wrong, and the first thing you need to do is when your child is being bullied, and once again, this is what we're doing in California and recommending that parents do. The first thing you need to do is you need to pick up the phone, forget about email, forget about anything else, pick up the phone and make an appointment with the school principal and with the teacher in the classroom or classrooms where your child is being bullied. Immediately set an appointment, get your butt down there and talk to them about your concerns. Make sure you're focusing on the issue and not the people, okay? In other words, don't focus about the school or the teacher doing something wrong, not stepping up and properly supervising a situation. The first thing I want you to do is go in and talk about the problems that your child's having, the safety concerns that he or she is having, and why you're there. You're concerned about the safety, okay? Separate the people from the problem. Empower these individuals to step up and take care of the situation. If the situation's already bad or you've had this meeting and it doesn't solve the problem, what I want you to do next is I want you to put together a letter. I want you to put together a written letter explaining in detail all of the facts concerning the bullying issues. You need to set forth in detail the names of all bullies, the classrooms, the names of the teachers involved, whatever it might take, and get that information into writing. You then need to make sure that written letter is sent to the principal of the school, is sent to the teacher, and this can be a copy of the letter, and a complete copy is sent to the school district representatives. Here in California, we have a board of trustees of different school districts. Make sure a copy of that letter is personally served on all of these individuals. By personally served, I'm talking about certified mail, return receipt requested. I'm talking about 1 or 2 day, next day FedEx, something where there's a receipt that these individuals have received your letter, your complaint, your legal notice of the problem. And that's the key word. By avoiding email, by avoiding phone calls, by following up and putting something in writing, you are placing the principal, you're placing the teacher, you're placing your school district on legal notice that there's a problem. What does that do? That creates legal liability. If they don't step up and correct the problem, stop the bullying, and God forbid your child or somebody is hurt, harmed, or in some cases, we have children committing suicide because of the bullying that they've been put through, you arguably are then placing the school and the district on legal notice of the problem, and they are now exposed to legal liability. That's your club in this case. That's how you get them to sit up and take notice. By placing them on written notice of the problem, that's when, and sometimes that's the only time they'll step up and try to fix the problem. At the same time, while you've sent your letter and you're placing them on notice of the problem and asking them to correct the problem, setting forth specific ideas and examples, I want you to also do the same thing with your local police department, your local sheriff's department, your local district attorney's office. Send a copy of that letter along with a personalized cover letter to each of these entities, bringing them, placing them on notice that there's a problem at the XYZ school. This is what's been happening to your child. These are the safety concerns that you have. These are the steps that you've taken to try to remedy these problems. And this is where we are today. By placing the school, the teacher, the district, the local police department, and the district attorney's office on notice, that's the way you can maximize your chances of getting things done. Now, this is not an all-inclusive process to dealing with bullies. For example, depending on who the bully is, depending on who you are, you may want to pick up the phone and call the bully's mother or father or guardian and talk to them. If they're reasonable people, if they're not aware of what's going on, then doing everything I just suggested, in addition to a phone call or in addition to having breakfast, lunch, or dinner with the other family and talking with these people, that's another way of helping expedite the correction of the problem. Obviously, every case is different. There are some situations where you're not going to want to place yourself directly in front of a bully's mother or father. Sometimes the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, so you need to be careful and be concerned with your own safety. If the problem is that bad where you're also concerned about your own safety, if after writing a letter, having it physically delivered, and there's a receipt that you have that all of these entities have a copy of the letter, and change doesn't happen, well, then the next thing you may want to think about is contacting a lawyer in your area, in your city, town, and state, and talk to that lawyer about what your legal remedies are. Here in California, the legal remedies for someone that's been bullied could be assault and battery, could be civil conspiracy, fraud, negligence, emotional distress. There are all types of causes of action that a lawyer can bring on your behalf to help stop the bullying or to help compensate you for any harm that's happened to either you, if you're the victim of bullying, or your child. It just depends on the particular cases. In some states and some jurisdictions, you can go in and get a temporary or permanent restraining order, ordering that the other person keep a certain distance from your child or from you and not harass, communicate, or interact with you in any shape, form, or fashion. It just depends on the city and the jurisdiction. So there are a lot of different remedies out there. I want to keep these shows short and concise and hopefully interesting. And so I don't want to spend too much more time on this. Those are the highlights. At the blog post, we've listed some resources at the bottom. I just want to share a couple with you. They all link to the websites and blogs. There's the Bully Project. There's Stop Bullying Now, Teens Against Bullying, Kids Against Bullying, Stomp Out Bullying, the National Youth Advocacy Coalition, Trevor Project, Pacers National Bullying Prevention Center, Teaching Tolerance, Bullying, the Human Rights Campaign's Welcoming Schools Guide that concerns itself with bullying. All these links can be found at our website. And let me go ahead and put the link up above us right here so that you can get to it very easily. And let's see if it pops up. There we go. Right there above me, I'm not sure if you can read it. By the way, to see everything we're talking about, you need to be on the Spreecast platform. If you're on a mobile device, a phone or a tablet, sometimes some of these things don't show. But let me just read it out to you. If you go to our website at jacksonandwilson.com/bullying, BULLYING, or if you go to jacksonandwilson.com and in the search box, which I think is at the bottom of the site, type in bullying or bully and hit search, it'll take you to the blog post. In fact, I think it's the latest blog post. So if you click blog, it should take you directly to that post. That will lay out in more detail exactly what I'm talking about. It'll also give you and your lawyer, if your lawyer hasn't dealt with bullying before, send them to this website, him or her. It will give them ideas on how to deal with bullying cases. We share some real examples, legal pleadings, stories about how we were able to assist somebody with dealing with a bullying problem on their own, or sometimes we had to roll up our sleeves and take a bully to court in front of a jury and let them explain their knucklehead conduct to a jury of 12. And it's a beautiful thing because jurors and judges don't like bullies. So I hope you found this show on how to deal with bullying and how to stomp out bullying useful. Let me just look and see if we have any other questions on some of the other platforms. And it looks like we're good to go. So if you have any questions, contact an attorney in your area, contact an attorney in your state. If you'd like to reach out to me with any future questions you'd like discussed, if you like the show, share it with your family and friends. Go to myvideolawyer.com. You can reach out to me on Twitter at Mitch Jackson. And hopefully I'll get Sue on the show. We'll do an upcoming show, Sue, on the areas that you're an expert in. I think our audience would really enjoy that. So listen, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Say no to bullying. Don't put up with it. Use these tips and techniques to immediately shut bullying down and see if you can help others. That's what it's all about. Be kind, be gentle, and remember to always make today your masterpiece. Bye-bye, everybody.